Well, guess we call it day 3. I ordered the parts through Rock Auto and they'll be here mid next week. If I ordered them here locally, they take 2 weeks and about double the price. eBay 2 to 3 weeks. Amazon more expensive and also take longer to get here. So Rock Auto, thank you. First I thought I can't do the bottom arms yet, but I can. I can do these. Let me close this again because of the light. How does that look? Yeah, it's a bit better. I can do these, I will do one at a time because it will still drop down and it shouldn't move around too much if I just do one at a time. So I don't know if these are welded on, these nuts, not sure. Find out in a second. A bit sloppy on that side. Let's try this one. Oh, it's a nice tight fit. And that is 13/16. Yesterday I had my, just a tip to you guys, if you work outside a lot, I worked outside majority of my life and we have nasty sun here in Australia. We don't have much ozone. We've got like the least ozone in the world because the pollution from China comes over and destroys the ozone layer over Australia. And I started getting sores on my head and it ended up being sun damage. Luckily so far the samples have been pre-cancerous, so no cancer yet, but she's a bit worried about the lump she took out yesterday. But you know, we've dealt the hand we have. So, but just warning you, wear a sun cap or something if you work in the sun all the time. And I'm not white skinned and it still happened to me. It's not welded on, so I need a spanner to hold it, of course. Okay.
There is a parking surveillance video. Please open the gallery to view it.
My car's telling me someone's interfering with it. That's interesting. One nut, fuel filter in the bin, yeah, must be metric because this is not too tight. Ooh, don't bump my head. Got stitches up there. This one doesn't look too good. I get my copper hammer. In case you don't know, I use copper because it's soft and it doesn't damage the metal. It doesn't damage the steel bolts at all, pretty much. New arm. I think there's no left or right. I think they're identical. Yeah. I'll put it up here, didn't I? Yeah. Actually, this is in. No, I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that. They're cracked. The rubber has already cracked. I thought maybe I'd hang on to them, but no point. Unless, you know, I can use these to pour resin in them, and then they'll be fine. Because this side is okay. So just hang on to it for now. If I ever need them again, I can make up the resin and I don't have to buy the whole arm and just replace. You get some neoprene resin. And just fix them up. It'd be a lot cheaper. And better for the environment to reuse them. And the neoprene will be a better job too anyway, so. Moi. Where is my suke? Again. You didn't see that, did you? Oh no, you didn't see me tighten the bolt. Now you won't know how to do it. Somehow I don't think that's true. Maybe I'll use the metric one instead. That's very tight. That's a lot of like ½ inch. You can use a 13, which is a little bit smaller. But you can use the 13 if it's not too tight. Because 13 is roughly ½ a millimeter bigger than ½ inch. So you can get away with it sometimes, but I just wish America would go metric, especially when I'm like watching YouTube and you're explaining stuff in Imperial, it's just like the rest of the world metric, America Imperial. Like King Arthur invented Imperial. I think King Arthur invented Imperial. Am I right? Was it King Arthur or Merlin? I think it was Merlin. Oh boy. That's funny. Sorry guys, I couldn't help it. And that's simple, right? That's the lower one done on one side. I don't think you need to see the other one, the other side, because it's exactly the same what I've just done. So I'll pause it until I do my next job. Okay, now we head to the front. Now we have the same thing here. You can probably pull the springs out too if we drop the upper arms. They're going to be a bit harder to get to. Yeah, they're going to be a bit harder to get to, those ones. Let me get the light over here. See if that helps. I did have windows at this end of the shed, but the light was so bright and so hot in summer. So yeah, they're up there. I don't know why they're so long. They stick out like 4 centimeters. These bolts are small. Yeah, not too bad. You can get them from this side pretty easy. Oh, there's a plug there, I'm guessing, to get to it. Iron Man nitro gas. Don't know what those are like. But yeah. First thing I'll do is I'll take these bottom ones off. The top ones need to be done from inside the engine bay. But I'll get these out of the way. And then I'll get the torsion bar out of the way too. So this assembly can move much easier. So I'll just go and do that. So I'm going to undo the bottom of the shock and undo the torsion bar or anti-roll bar, whatever you want to call it. Okay, well, I've undone the shocks. This one is working order, but that one isn't. That one hasn't got any pressure left in it, and this one has lots of pressure in it, so it wouldn't handle too well. Now I've got these nuts undone on the torsion bar, but the problem with that is if I undo these now, I think the whole lot's going to come down without having support underneath, like what I used the stand for at the back. This base is basically, damn, that's a big arm, huh? It's basically the last thing that's holding this up, and it, because of the geometry, it's already twisting out of shape. So oh, it's already that low that my spring is loose. There we go. That's already done. So the spring's already loose. Well, it's just the weight of the diff now that's on there, I guess, of the axle or the diff. I think what's in there, this is the diff, and the whole assembly is the axle, right? So But then these are axles, so what do you call this whole assembly? And this one's out too. Ta-da! Saves me a lot of work. No rust. Brilliant, beautiful, good condition. Yeah, no rust. That's what you want to see. This is in good nick. Should I reuse them though? Probably not. No, I won't reuse them, but I'll keep them as spares. I'll keep them as spares, right? So no rust, no salt spraying here in winter. See, there's no ice or snow, so we don't have salt spray. I wonder if the bottom ones come off as easy. I probably don't think they will. They feel a bit tighter. My son's had a bit of rust. But it depends on if they use it on the beach or not, I guess. This one's got a bit of rust at the bottom. The back didn't. Got new ones coming, so I thought I might as well get brand new ones instead of good ones. Rust wise, yeah, there is a bit, but I'll clean them up. Still okay. I'll clean them up and put some stuff on there to stop them rusting anymore, and it'll be fine. Let's do the other side. Yeah, there's a bit of rust. See, sometimes people go fishing and they just drive the front of the vehicle into the sea. Just the front. It's a little bit crushed up. Not surprised after a quarter of a million kilometers. It's more than just a bit of surface rust. It's more than just surface rust. Like it's pitted. I'd say it's been at the beach and the front's got salt a few times. And but I'll coat them up with some underbody. I'll get some like rust treatment stuff, maybe some fish oil, any anyway, you don't need to see me do that. Any tips on a product that I should use? I love tips in the comments, please. I don't normally deal with this stuff in my life. I've owned mostly four-wheel drives, and I mainly just mod or completely convert the engines and the gearboxes. I've never done a full suspension job on one. Never had to. Hardly ever do brakes because my brakes don't seem to wear out. I never used to replace clutches for myself, for other people all the time. Some people yearly. Until I taught that woman how to drive, and then all of a sudden she didn't come in as a customer anymore. It's true. She rode her clutch, man, every gear. Shocking. And I got tired of changing her clutches, man. I said, you know, it's not normal. She goes, why? Well, of course, she thought she'd drive good. I'm like, nah. Anyway, yeah, that was a job that I had annually, sometimes more than annually, because he pulled a horse float. So interesting job that. Well, it wasn't a job. I just, on the weekends, people I knew. Yeah. So basically, I've got to wait now for the parts. I think it's next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, on the 10th. On the 10th here in Australia, they should be here. But usually, Rock Auto comes in early, but they say the 10th, but it could be Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. Well, it's Friday, end of day Friday. It's 3:45 on Friday. And yeah, well, that bolt actually, I'm just confused now. It's angled that way. See? It's angled that way. That means it's pushing up. Huh? How about this one? Oh, no, this one is pulling down. So they're fighting each other. That's what a torsion bar does. It fights one side from the other. Alright. Okay, so that one is trying to lift this one. Push this one down, that one there. Yeah, they're fighting each other. Because it is, probably because of this angled bar, it's trying to move the whole assembly that way as it goes down. So there is a better way of doing this. I seen it on a, I saw it on a, the first time I saw it was on the back of a Ford Falcon. On the back of a diff there was a swivel joint on the back of the diff housing, on the actual diff plate, and it had a connection point at the top and the bottom, and it was able to go like that. And then there was an arm going to one side on each side, and it held it in perfect center, and it wouldn't affect left or right movement like this does. This sort of makes it always go in the same direction, but these two bars didn't. It was independent, right? It just kept going like that, if you understand what I'm saying, as it went up and down. So it stayed perfectly in the center, which is better than this setup here, I think. Like if there was like a swivel joint on here, but I guess the problem is that was a sedan. The height, I guess, is the problem when you do that, because I need to be equal height to the diff, I think, to the axle, whatever you want to call it. So I was thinking of ideas. Yeah, as this goes down, it wants to swing that way, and that's what the torsion bar is fighting at the moment. So the torsion bar is keeping it level, still keeping it level. Yeah. Alright, well that's it for me for today. I don't want to do too much anyway, because I'll get sick, and then I won't be able to do nothing tomorrow. I've got more bits here for the, okay, yeah, I'm sorry to the new subscribers. This is probably not what you subscribed for. Alright, you're subscribed for the twin turbo manual conversion. I get that, but in this channel I do everything, you know. I actually didn't load putting a wing on the back of my son's Mustang, which is what I've got today. I'm driving his Mustang. Maybe I'll do a clip of me driving that. Would you like that? And then yeah, so I could be doing different jobs intermittently, but just look at the title of my clip, and if you don't want to watch it, don't. But soon, like, I've got to, and I'm talking a lot, but I've got to get this Jeep, you know, done too. I've been driving it for 5 years with just minimal minimal care, and I know the suspension is not good anymore. So if I don't get this running properly and I ignore it and let small job go, oh, that needs doing, okay, I'll do it later, before you know it, it becomes a lost cause, right? So, and this is a really good vehicle, this Overland. That motor is 250,000, it's never been touched, and it still it makes a little bit of noise, but what do you expect? But it still runs really good. And I'm like, well, how about we just look after it? At least I'll have a good reliable vehicle while I'm doing the conversion on the other Jeeps, right? So still need a reliable daily, and yeah, and I don't want to go and buy another one or another vehicle. I thought about it. I thought of buying like a sedan, you know, something really old, worn out, exotic or something, but yeah, I'm not really in a position to do that because that would be taking away money from the Jeep job. So yeah, well, I've got a few more bits and pieces for the other Jeep, but I'll keep this to this one. Yeah, so this is the daily and I'll stick with that. I won't mix in too much other stuff. So yeah, it'll be a little while before the next upload of working on this. I don't think anything else will come up until next week. So thanks for watching. If you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all later. Thank you very much.